What's up guys? We're back again with a sinister executioner deck that's been slicing its way through Clash Royale. The rank 182 player in the world has been using this fortress of a deck to cut down all of the opponent's spam and secure easy wins. Using Tornado to pull back your opponent's units means that they can never escape the executioner axes. And Freeze is one of the most clutch cards on defense, especially with the high damage of Inferno Dragon, Goblins, and Executioner. When you achieve ultimate offense with the Evolved Knight tanking for a graveyard, while the Freeze holds all of your opponent's units in place, it feels like paradise. Watching your opponent panic while everything perishes. It's time to slice and dice some towers and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using credit code SirTag to support the channel. Hey, this guy's got the Royal Giant Evolution in the banner. You guys already know he is definitely a fan of the RG if it's his mastery and his banner at the same time. So he's thinking, what is Jake running today? What crazy creation is he going to be playing? I don't think most people are expecting Graveyard Freeze with Executioner, so this deck definitely does have the element of surprise. Gonna end up having a Phoenix. That's very often played with Royal Giant. I'm casually cycling 8 Elixir at the start. The guy's gonna go in for a Phoenix and a Barbarrel, so he's dropping 6. I'm gonna go for Goblins outside to the right, just in case he's gonna end up having Tornado, because I don't want to give him a King Tower activation. He might end up having Electro Giant, or at least I was thinking that until I saw the Hunter, and now I think very confidently the guy will have a Royal Giant. Oh, the Executioner, 0 HP, is gonna be a 0 HP hero? There's a chance. Okay. His Electro Spirit had to get wasted on top of the Executioner, and then he had nothing to clean up the graveyard skeletons. So then he had to go in for a Fireball. My man is furious. He is heated after that Fireball. Also, he's a top ladder player, as you guys saw in the intro with the banner. So if we play against someone this good, he's not going to be happy when he's forced to do bad plays because he realizes how bad of the play is. All right, we're in Inferno Dragon, and I bet you he tries to protect everything, so I'm going to go in for Goblins afterward just to guarantee that we are able to do some nice damage to the Monk. Even if he goes in for a Barbarrel, we can get down an Executioner and finish off the Phoenix. Phoenix was one of the most obnoxious cards in Clash Royale when it was overbuffed and just extremely overpowered. And then people had to figure out a way of how to counter the Phoenix. And the #1 way was using Executioner. So whenever you see a card as the best form it could possibly be in Clash Royale, that's when you're able to identify like what you should be doing differently to counter it. And oh, also, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw that Tornado, but I did it at the exact last second, and the guy got trolled again. So every single interaction is not really going his way. Forcing out the Electro Spirit, which is 1 Elixir, it might not seem like a huge difference, but it was. And then the Tornado, when he was set up there in the King Tower activation against Graveyard, which would instantaneously win him the game, he lost that too. He can't stop rolling his eyes as we roll his towers. So, okay, not necessarily the best Executioner in my life. Wait, it didn't even reflect back on the Executioner in the tower. Maybe it was the best Executioner. I don't know. Okay, so Fisherman's going to waste itself on top of Goblins. We can go in for a Knight here. I think that's going to be our best bet. We're going to get a Barbarrel down as well, just in case he cycles back to another Fish Boy. So we're going to take like 1 Royal Giant hit. It's not that bad. He loses the Fish Boy to the Barbarrel that he just yoinked. Wow, that Barbarrel just does not know what it wants in life. If we Inferno Dragon and we go for a Graveyard, he has to use his Electro Spirit and his Phoenix. So I don't know if he's going to be able to reset the next Inferno Dragon that we get back to. Yeah, he's going to use his Electro Spirit right now. Exactly as anticipated. And then the Inferno Dragon might even lock him in the tower because he didn't necessarily drop that in the best spot. All right, cool. We can just Tornado, and then we can use our Inferno Dragon here. Because if he goes in for a Phoenix and Electro Spirit and all that other stuff, it's going to be hard for him to reset the Inferno Dragon because obviously it's just going to stay alive. You can't kill it. It's not going to die to a Fireball like you would want. All right, we're going to go for another Graveyard here with a Barbarrel just so we can have a small tank, minimal Elixir investment, and then freeze immediately when he goes in for his own Barbarian Barrel. If our Barbarrel wins and it locks onto the tower, that might be just enough for us to win the game. One more hit, one more hit. Oh, come on, man. All right, we got to go for an Inferno Dragon. It's going to get Fireballed again, so we're just going to use our Tornado. And that should be enough to go and counter everything else, hopefully. Yeah, I'm going to go in for a Knight as well and then get Goblins down just because I don't want to lose my tower to 2 RG hits. So he can't Fireball me out just yet. He's got to get some extra damage. Got an Inferno Dragon ramping up in the right, forcing out Electro Spirit. Wait, there's actually a certifiable chance that this Inferno Dragon... Okay, if I had frozen with the Inferno Dragon, I might have won the game. Wait, do I still win the game on the left? I can just go for a Tornado. Let's go! That was one of the most chaotic and clustered games I've played in a while, and I'm so happy we won. Marcody's Extreme Clan is exactly what he got in this game, and it doesn't seem like he was super happy about it. Yo, what's up, Mad Dog? He finished 237 in the world. So if we're playing against someone that good, you guys know the deal. We're just going to play very defensive with our Knights and see what he's going to do. Cycling that in the back is always a good play. We've got our Barbarrel. Oh, okay. Archers in the back means one of two things. Graveyard deck or Expo, but he's not splitting them. So I think it's going to be Graveyard, but we also see Ice Spirit, and that's indicative of Expo. Oh, it's an Expo deck. All right, so in this type of matchup, most of the time that I play it, I'm not going to go in for a Graveyard unless I have a Barbarrel and an Executioner, or have counter-pushing stuff and have the Archers also out of cycle. So we have the prerequisites fulfilled completely. Oh, we caught the Ice Spirit! The Ice Spirit got frozen! Wow, all right, you know, we fulfill that. We vibe with that. We're going to eat the Night damage because it's not going to be that big of a deal. You have to think about it from the pragmatic point of, if I overcommit and I spend the wrong amount of elixir, what happens then? Do I get punished by an Expo and lose the game? The answer is normally going to be yes, so I don't want that to happen. I think the Goblin does hit the tower once, so that was worth it. We have Inferno Dragon, and we also end up having a Knight. So best game plan here, go Knight, go in for the Inferno Dragon, and see if he wants to go Tesla. Because if he went Tesla to River, I wouldn't have Inferno Dragon. So against top 200 players, what I try to do is I try to see what they're going to do, so then I don't overcommit and fall into one of their traps. Because if I respect this guy, I don't want to mess up. I got to play my best against someone this good. All right, we can freeze with the Inferno Dragon because I don't think he's going to want to fireball that. And it's going to be a 4-for-4 trade if he fireballs. So I knew his card cycle. I was like, you don't have Ice Spirit cycle, so you have no reset. So the only way that you could reset it is a 4-for-4 trade, and that's worth it. Because if you don't fireball, you lose your tower, and sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes he's like nonchalantly just like sipping his tea, having a good time, and then he gets ruined by an Inferno Dragon. So we want to like give ourselves as many opportunities to win the game as possible. That's how I try to play Clash Royale. So we're going to go for the Evolved Knight off to the side. I think that that is going to be fine. We can go for a Barbarrel here on top of the Expo. And then obviously the Executioner might give us some damage on the tower. I can't guarantee anything, but it's looking okay. Okay, I need to go in for Goblins here as well. Not the best, right? As long as the Inferno Dragon's able to clean up the Expo, we're fine, but could have been Divine. All right, Archer's out of cycle. Good opportunity for us to go for a Graveyard, and we will get back to the Knight in time too, right? So if we just go and cycle a Graveyard Freeze with the Archers out of cycle, then we can go for a Knight, and it should be able to soak up the damage against the Expo and also the Archers at the same time. And then maybe we can go for an Inferno Dragon directly into this. It's a little bit risky because if he is able to stop the Inferno Dragon from locking on, okay, let's go. He has to fireball it. That's a lot of elixir wasted. We're going to Barbarrel so we can get the Inferno Dragon back in business, or the Barbarrel cleans up. That's fine as well. All right, so he's going to have Archers back in cycle, so I don't want to go for a Graveyard Freeze. I'm kind of just waiting for my opportunity. Instead, let's go Goblins at the river and then wait and see if we can get like an Executioner and a Knight down. If we can get an Executioner locked onto the Expo, that's going to be all we really need. And then we should be able to finish it off with the Exy. I mean, most of the time I don't have to Inferno Dragon, but I don't want to take any damage at all. I think he went Archers as well, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm imagining things that I want to see. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go in for a Freeze. Generally the best bet. Go in for the Freeze and then go in for maybe Goblin's Barbarrel. A little bit risky, but I'm just trying to make sure that he has to spend all of his elixir on defense, so then he has nothing for the Goblins, especially if he has to log on the Graveyard Freeze, then he can't log on the Goblins. It was a pretty good strat. Oh, wait, I forgot I could just Tornado him down. I'm sorry for prolonging the game, dude. I know a lot of people in the comment section would be like, yeah, Jake, do it. The Expo players deserve it. But in reality, Expo is definitely one of the more difficult decks in Clash Royale, and I have a lot of respect for those players. I just personally hate playing against the deck because every game is so long. I prefer fast-paced and fun games where we have destructive damage potential like a Graveyard Freeze deck, because most games feel fast-paced, unique, and pretty different. And now we're at 5,800 in the world. Yo, so we got a game against Mint. Hopefully we're gonna have a real chill game here. Cycle in our Evolved Knight as soon as we can. Cycle the regular one in the back. And whenever I see Ice Wizard, I think he's gonna have Graveyard Poison. I've got Graveyard Freeze, so he has a direct counter to me if that's the matchup that we're facing. We're starting off in a difficult spot, to say the least. I'm going to get the Executioner to hopefully win the battle at the bridge, and then I can go for a Barbarrel and then go Goblins just to keep our Executioner alive a little bit longer, which might be pretty troll for y'all, but if we keep the Exy alive and he doesn't have Barbarrel because he already dropped it, I think it's a good position for us because we're going to be able to get damage on the tower. All right, let's go in for the Inferno Dragon off to the side so it targets the Knight first. The Baby Dragon's not going to matter. I just don't want the Knight to get damage on our tower, so that's going to be worthwhile. Making sure it only gets one hit isn't that bad. Also, I want a Graveyard and I want to Freeze in single elixir just because we know he's going to have poison. So I want to make sure that he has a limited amount of elixir in his arsenal. And if he's going to go for poisons on our Graveyards, then maybe we can go for a Freeze and get this. I don't know. Come on, Inferno Dragon. Just lock onto the tower. Just do it. No, don't lock onto the skeletons. Oh, come on. And he knew it. I love that he gave me the clap. He's just like, Jake, you're a disappointment. You guys let me know down below in the comment section. Have you ever done anything that foolish where you look at your card and you're like, I got you with a Freeze? And then you look at it again and you're like, oh, right after I kill the tombstone, it's going to lock onto the tower. Because it looked like it was facing the direction of the tower. And this guy knew all along. He wasn't even phased. He BM'd me after. It's like, Jake, you're an idiot. It was kind of funny that happened, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll get our redemption arc. There's always a chance. When you get something dumb happening like that, you never really know if you can make it happen after. All right, bet you he goes in for a bar drill, so we're going to make goblins here and then just see if we can get damage. If he activates King Tower with this, I'm going to feel like a fool. I really hope he doesn't. You could also go for a freeze with one goblin on the tower to troll him. Oh, wait. Watch this, guys. Inferno Dragon Part 2. It's a brand new world where this Inferno Dragon is ready to heat up everything. It's got a fast food restaurant right now. He's cooking. So we're able to do some damage to the baby dragon. We're actually currently winning the match, which is very surprising. I thought for sure we would be in a horrible spot. We go for a graveyard here, and then we're going to Inferno Dragon at the river. The good thing about this deck is even if you match into a graveyard poison player, Inferno Dragons and Executioners allow you to win bridge battles. Even if their graveyard counters are better than your graveyard counters, you can win bridge battles so you can spam a little bit more aggressively than them. And then if they go for a graveyard at the bad point, right into goblins, well, the trade is going to be terrible for them, and they'll feel awful. That's always nice. We go for a knight here, and then we can go in for a tornado, so then the Ice Wizard stops targeting. And then we can probably clean everything up with a freeze just to guarantee that the Executioner stays in alignment. Oh, that was a pristine freeze. That was super chill. I love that. Locking onto every single one of his cards. We're going to go goblins here afterward. It looks like the Executioner is going to be able to shut down the rest of the night, so we're not that worried. All right, what do we do? If I graveyard it would be bad. If I decide to go in for the Inferno Dragon, not the terrible decision for us. But I'd rather go for a knight just because I think it's going to be able to body block a little bit better. All right, we're going to go for a graveyard again. We're going to go for Inferno Dragon. I'm hoping that he goes in for a poison and then allows us to outcycle him, but I don't know if that's even a remote possibility. We can go for Executioners instead of Tornadoing just because we're able to stack up a few more of them. And he's not ever able to go in for a reliable graveyard right now because he's just losing bridge battles incessantly. All right, well, he won that one after spending way more elixir, but still ended up losing the baby dragon right after. All right, can we spice things up? Can we go for a graveyard real quick? I mean, he's going to go for a graveyard. All right. This is what we're looking for. This is the type of gameplay that we were wanting to see. If he poisons on defense, that's what I would expect. And he does. He's still going to take a ton of damage. The Barbell might be able to clean up the most of his other stuff. You know what? He just used a Barbell on defense. Wait, is our Evolved Knight going to say Knights out to the tower? I hope so. We're using an Evolved Knight plus a freeze. And wait, the Executioner is slicing and dicing. No shot. I just beat a Graveyard Poison player at the top of the world when we're running Graveyard Freeze. So even the most difficult matchup for this deck, you can still overcome it. And it's pretty fitting to make the Graveyard player cry with some skeletons at the end. After superbly stomping that, sir, we're at 5,200 in the world. Hey, this guy's gonna have wall breakers and the Sleepy Dragon banner. I love that banner more than anything. I think I should be using it. Maybe I should switch from the Archer banner to that one. You guys let me know down below in the comment section, what is your favorite banner and which one do you think I should start using? So I'm going to go for goblins right now. We're able to clean up the wall breakers, and I really don't want a tornado because I want to activate King Tower with that firecracker, so I hope it survives. Oh, come on, man. I want the firecracker not to die. That's the only card in Clash that you look at and you're like, yes, survive a little bit longer. Anyway, we're going to go in for an Executioner here, or we could go Barbell and then Tornado and activate King Tower. I think that's better. If we pull off a fancy King Tower activation against this Mega Knight, will you guys be impressed? Will you guys be like, wow, Jake, you're the best? I don't know. I don't think so, but we want to do it anyway. We're going to go in for that, and then we can probably Tornado against the Mega Knight here, and then make that happen. Oh, we pulled the Miner too! That's a 2-for-1 wombo combo, baby. Heck yeah. Let's go. I don't think that we're stopping the bandit, especially with the zap there, but I mean, that's fun, right? Activating King Tower and showing you guys that you can do it against Mega Knight with a Barbell and a Tornado. Those are like innovative, cool, unique plays that I love doing. Also, the Knight should be able to kill the wall breakers, especially with the King Tower activated. Yeah, that's what I thought. Knight, you're doing well. You're elevating. One day, you might even become evolved if you put in that amount of work. Okay, yeah, I got to go Executioner. I hope that it kills all the bats, but it's not that big of a deal. He's a robust man. He don't take that much damage. He might not have armor, but his belly is thick, and he does not take that much damage. All right, so what do we do here? I mean, we can go for an Inferno Dragon in the back and just roll with that. I think that's probably the best bet. If we Inferno Dragon in the back and we wait for him to go for a Mega Knight and then we laugh at him a little bit because he makes a bad play and then gives us a huge pot elixir trade, that's always the most fun thing against Mega Knight players. They'll just randomly cycle in the back at the worst moment. So I bet you he goes bats, Tornado on it, keep our Inferno Dragon alive, just keep the dream of the dragon alive. I don't know. That's kind of what I was expecting, so roll with that. Maybe go for a freeze depending on what we're feeling. Might be the worst freeze in the world. Might be a good freeze. I don't know. He's going to zap, so probably not the best freeze for us, but it is what it is. If that firecracker would freeze, that'd be cool. You know, just like stop running away from me. All right. We know he's going to Mega Knight, so we want an Inferno Dragon on that. Oh, really? Wow, he is just out here spending elixir like a madman. Okay, so Eventually, we want to go Executioner so we can build up a big push and then go and counter the Mega Knight and then Graveyard. It's it's refreshing to see opponents spam like this directly into us because most of the time people don't want to go same side as an Executioner, but I guess this guy doesn't have any fears. Maybe he should though. The Executioner or even the Inferno Dragon survives, that's good. I don't even care about the wall breakers. Only one of them connects anyway, so not that big of a deal. We can Tornado to kill the goblins and also the bats a little bit faster so then skeletons can start to walk and like lock onto the tower. If the Inferno Dragon locks on, that would be huge. I don't think it's going to give us much though. It would have been better if it's just like locked on for a split more seconds. All right, we're going to go for goblins. I don't think that's a worry. We can just go in for a knight here so then the Firecracker definitely dies. Wow, the wall breakers and the bandit. That's 5 elixir that he spent and he got nothing from it. Wait, yo, you want to repeat history real quick? I'm fine with that, man. Actually, let's go for Goblin Surround on the Mega Knight. I think that's going to be even better. And then we can procure a decent offense with a freeze. And then Tornado afterward, maybe. The Skeletons are ramping up the value, and he has to go in for aggressive, like, zap. I don't know. He really didn't want to deal with that. All right, cool. We can just go in for a Knight and then go in for a Barbril. Barely take any damage from the Evolved Firecracker because it doesn't really matter since it's at a 3,000 HP tower. Then we can go for a NATO so we can guarantee that the Bandit doesn't dash on us. And then we can freeze on the Goblins. Man, he's got to go in for a Mega Knight and a Firecracker and a Zap to have any hope of defending this. The Skeletons are spawning on all angles. And because he's got a Zap, I don't know if he's able to stop that. Oh, he was. Wow, I'm super surprised that he's been playing this well. All right, so yeah, he can't stop the Knight though. Even after the nerf, the Knight is an incredibly heartless Sir, breaking our opponent's heart and breaking down the tower. And we're rapidly rising through the ranks at 4,600 in the world. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.